Nigerian folk, good morning. We are back. Thank you for staying tuned. My guest still is the PDP Publicity Secretary in Rivers State, Gbara. So yes, the question I put up to you before the commercial, let's get your view on it, the PDP and ensuring that, well, your candidate, because there are many people who do not think that, well, the governor would perform outstanding. Does the party have any role in ensuring that, well, things go according to plan, in a positive way?
Yes, of course we do. You know, as a party, our responsibility does not only end, in producing a governor or a government. We have to be part of what the process is, the system, and to ensure that whosoever and the people that we have, brought out and the people have voted, massively for them perform. It's not only about the governor. We only have the assembly members, you have the council chairman, up to councillors. So as a party, we'll make sure that we have this connect with those who put in office. We interact with them. We are among the people, so we get feelers. We feel the pulse of the people, and we transmit to them. Because most of them, they are high up there. They might not hear or know what the feelings of the people are. But we as a party, we have our structure up to the unity level. They interact with people in the communities, in the cities, at sitting place, beer parlors, and what have you. So we get all these informations and we transmit it, to those we have put in office to ensure that they don't fail us.
There's one major concern. Where people have been asking, is this going to change? I'm asking you directly now. In the outgone administration, it was observed the difficulty to access government officials or to have them come sit down with the media like you are now to talk to the people and tell the people the plans that my ministry, this is what we're doing, or the government, this is the plan. That it was not something that we saw quite often. I don't know if perhaps some of them might say that they used other mediums. I don't know, but many expected that, well, from time, and that was one thing people also pointed out with the governor now, while he was a candidate, we did not see you go on radio, you did not sit down, you did not interact, get people to talk to you. Are we going to see government officials this time in this administration come to the public using the media, whether it's radio or TV, as often as possible, so people can have insight as to what they are doing at various ministries and how they are going about the plans that government has for Rivers people? Well, is that something that the party would ensure each of those who won election under its platform imbibe?
Well, one thing is important to always have conversations, with our people. And you know that, the governor, as it is, will have his own strategy and knows how he wants to go about it. Let me start with him, because there was this agitation. We've not seen him go from radio stations to the other radio stations, talking to people and all that. That's his style. And I told you that that's his style. He does not need to show that level of desperation, because some people who run from one radio station to the other ended up showing desperation.
But you're also aware that if you do not communicate with the people and pass your message out appropriately, then they would assume you are doing nothing, even when you're doing something.
Well, of course he did. We had a two-phase program before the election. We first had the voter sensitization rally that saw us through the entire 23 local government, powered by the Grassroots Development Initiative, GDI. And the second lap was the campaign proper. And he spoke to the people in every of those occasions, every of those forums. He spoke to the people and he campaigned. He does not necessarily need to be in the studio, and he promised Rivers people that he's going to speak to Rivers people when he becomes governor. And in his inaugural speech, if you look at it blow by blow, you see that there is no any sector that he did not talk about. Most especially, he referred to the civil servants as his own immediate constituency. That is to tell you that he is coming with something good, and just to tell you that he has been observing from afar and has known that for him to drive, a good program, a good government that will impact more on the people, he's going to pay more attention, on the civil servants.
Many people say handling the subsidy petrol situation would be one of his major hurdles right now. The fact that we have what we have in Rivers State, and there are some people who have been even calling on him to imbibe the approach by his Edo State counterpart, the governor of Edo State. and making sure that, well, you put your foot down and get these filling stations. You think that there's more that the governor can do with regards to the current situation with petrol in the state?
Well, of course, we know that the current situation we have is artificial. It's artificially created. Panic buying and people hoarding, petroleum products. Yes, the president had made a pronouncement that he was going to remove oil subsidies. But we all know that the products that we have now in the filling stations are the ones that were bought long before this time. So why stepping up the prices? Why hoarding it? I would believe that before the president will make that statement, he probably must have, have his programs or drawn up plans to ensure that he immediately arrest the situation so that it will not tell too bad.
So are you satisfied with how it's been handled from at the federal level?
Well, I'm not at the federal level, but I'm trying to preempt to say that before the president will make that pronouncement, he made that pronouncement at Eagle Square. He didn't get to his office to say that. So I believe he's armed, he's ready, he's prepared to ensure that that singular statement will not be the bad stroke in his administration.
And here in the state, you think there's anything that the governor should be doing?
Yes, of course, he has started. Yesterday, I saw task force, petroleum.
DPR?
Yes, DPR, whatever they call them. I saw them in a certain filling station, that I went to. They were there to ensure that they sold at the right price and to ensure that they open. And they were sanctioning some filling stations. That I know. So that is to tell you that our governor is a proactive governor. He's already at work.
Some people just felt like perhaps hearing a statement from the governor speaking to the people about this is what we're doing and this is what we're going to do to the people, again, comes to the communication to the people. People felt like if you, as the leader who was leading us, come out and say, well, a statement from the governor saying this and that, and this is what we're going to do, and that's what we are doing, would to a large extent put people's minds at ease to know that, well, something is happening. Well, as against maybe something happening and nobody knows.
No, well, of course, let's not preempt him. This situation came up yesterday, so let's allow and see what happens within today and tomorrow.
Let's get to the phone lines. There's still more to talk about, but first the phone lines. Let's hear what the listener has to say and questions that they might have to ask. 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0003. I'll take that again, 0817-923-0003. My guest is the Publicity Secretary of the PDP in Rivers State. We're still going to come to that document that's been circulating online, questioning the authenticity of the leadership of the PDP Excos in Rivers State. And since after the election, we haven't heard much with regards to any reconciliation plans between the national leadership of the PDP and the state leadership of the PDP. How is that going so far? Before we take this call, you can put your calls in 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0003. Has there been any talks since after the election between the national leadership of PDP and the state leadership? Well, I mean, we all know what happened before the election.
Yes, of course I know. Well, the governor, our brand new governor, made it very clear that his doors are open for everybody, even including the opposition. And what we expect is like in the biblical story of the prodigal son, who went out derayed, and he had a self-repentance and decided to come back to his father to say, Father, I am sorry, I know I have erred. So we expect that those of us or some of our members who maybe one way or the other were deceived or derailed or went astray, will take advantage of this this situation, this olive branch that our governor has extended to come back and say, we are sorry for all that happened. We are ready to come back to partner with you to ensure that your governance or your government succeeds. So he has thrown his doors
those
open.
Who were in support and are still in support of the Atiku Abubakar candidates. What's their fate in the party now?
That's what I'm saying. That if they feel they still want to be part of the government of Rivers State or what is happening or what is about to go on right now, the governor has said it that his doors are open. So they should take advantage of this opportunity to come back and be part of the new era
And what's the situation with the leadership of the Excos in Rivers State? I mean, you heard that court document read out earlier. Has there been any talks about it? Two court documents that surfaced online. And in those court documents, the names mentioned Chimbiko, Akarolo, and Abiye Davis. First off, are those members of your party, people that you're familiar with within the party?
Well,
I need to ask first,
funny
because the document says that represented them as the genuine state executive committee members of the PDP in the state.
Yeah, I will only, classify those as, moribund politicians who are seeking for notice. These are expired people who are no longer in the political circle, and they feel maybe let them just do this so that at least people will know that they are still alive. It's just a funny situation. Though I'm not the legal advisor, we just saw that there is no official documents as to that. We just saw something on Facebook.
Because for some people say that
it's neither here nor there. My brother, I can tell you it's a baseless document. It's just like one of those rumors that people fly about. Yeah, that's right. What I can tell you.
Before we continue with that, let's just take some response from the listener. JJ and Rumigbo, you're welcome. Please go straight to the point with your question.
Andrew, good morning.
Good morning, JJ.
Yeah, the spokesman, I greet you this morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother JJ.
Andrew, I don't think bringing these people who are served meritoriously and bringing them to come serve again, I don't think there's anything wrong there. You have seen where some club will sell some players and buy those players back again. So, example of Cristiano Ronaldo and Manchester United, you know what happened. I'm not really a football person, but I know the stories. So, all those put together, these people have done very well. Take Dangos, the Attorney General, who presided over the winning of Bayelsa and Imo State to return the oil wells back to River State. And that is a huge job, and I don't think such person should be left in the bench. Is it, what's the name? That's Kelly, that has done so much, and I see him as the best commissioner under Yinson Wike. This is a starting point, and we'll have to hit the ground running. And,
all right, JJ, thank you very much. Point made.
These people will come and begin to fumble.
Point made, JJ. We're already taking that. For the Commissioner for Education, many question that the most, because recently we had issues with the WAEC scandal for some principals who were collecting monies from students to, through the back door, get them to write the exams. There was that. And people said this was happening under your nose. What is being done to handle that? There were also talks about the seats that didn't have, schools that didn't have seats. There were talks about no writing materials for schools. That happened for a while. I think before the commissioner at one time had to talk about sharing writing materials around several schools. I don't know how far that went and how many schools got that. Or if every government school, some government school, we wouldn't say in bad shape, leaking roofs, etc. And for those reasons, many people would say, especially for the Commissioner of Education, well, what's the yardstick for bringing him back? Before you respond, Muriel in Okrika, good morning.
I think good morning.
Yes.
Okrika, woman on the line. You asked the question, and I really think bringing the agreed members of the PDP and all the rest of them together largely depends on the governor. PDP is a very strong party. This is a party that I know, and I really want them to be strong. I really want them to be strong and with all their might. So all agreed members should be called together, and it lies on the hand of the new governor. And now when people are talking about him breathing and the other former governor is influencing him, I see that. Look, when you look at your predecessor and you have seen that these are the areas that he worked on and they really worked, and these are the machineries he used, and these machineries use great produce great things, and they did well. You use those machineries. There is nothing wrong in it. And I look and always tell people, look at the flip side. If someone did something for you and you decide to say, okay, let me appreciate this person for one or two things, how wrong can it be? How wrong can an appreciative heart be? There is nothing wrong. And I really want the governor to really concentrate, because look, people are trying and their mass to say, hey, this, that, and trying to create risk between him and his boss. This is wrong. He should not listen to them. There is nothing wrong in what he just did. He should
all right, Muriel.
And thank you. The commissioner, especially the commissioner for education, look, I really want there to be a drastic change in the education sector. Look, curriculums have been long, they've been reviewed, and teachers, internal transfers are not being made. New programs, digital curriculum should be introduced. New programs should be made. Teachers should be on their foot. You should engage them steadily. Teachers have been monitored. Old curriculums have been used. No new lesson notes. And in the area of youth, look, the youth needs to be youth restfulness. The youth are just relax.
Thank you very much.
They need to engage young girls. They need to engage women. I'm expecting what?
Thank you, Muriel, very much.
It's not talking.
Let's go to Ada George.
I just think it's calm, it's calculated.
Chima is on the line. Let's go to Ada George. Muriel, thank you very much. Chima, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Andrew.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yes, Andrew, I was talking to you in the morning, and I told you that it's easy for a camel to skate through an eye of needle for Fubara to govern freely without interference from the former governor. I told you. Now, as a Rivers man, I'm not saying that the current people that have been nominated now, commissioner designate, are not qualified. Look, we need fresh blood. Now, because these are the same set of people who actually work with the former governor, that today Rivers State is referred as industrial deficit. Even one of the Royal Highness spoke about it. You understand? So what we need is fresh blood. So it has clearly shown that Sim never came out to speak to Rivers people about demystifying to Rivers people how intend to consolidate whatever be the consolidation we want to consolidate. Rivers people were asking, and I think it is pertinent for Rivers people to ask, what is your manifesto? You could not come out and speak, which of course we know that if you speak, it might be trampled against your godfather, the former governor. So that is just it. Then I want to ask your guest question on the issue of reconciliation. So does it mean that the life of Abiy Sekibo, the former, the people who supported Atiku, who have a contrary view to that of his idol, the former governor of Rivers State, so they are not prodigal sons? I want to ask him this question. Thank you very much.
All right, he will respond shortly. Dota is in Gokana. Dota, you're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew. Madam Dota, thank you, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to say that the spokesperson for the PDP has made this impact this morning, explaining to Rivers people what exactly is happening in the PDP. And as a family we call ourselves, I think he has told the world what it is. There is no family in this world that they don't have disagreement. And if we have disagreed, we also have opportunity to agree again. That is for that. And for the governor and what the governor has put in place to start hitting the ground running, I think I am comfortable with it because he has been in the system. As a civil servant, he knows what goes on there. And I think all that he's going to do is know what he knows how to do best. For me, as a Rivers woman, he has my total support. And I'll continue to give it to him as long as he continues to do the good things for Rivers people. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Doctor, thank you very much. Your response, I think, the immediate last caller about those people who share contrary views and opinions who are in support of. I think I've asked you that question too earlier and what you said. But before you respond quickly, let me just add this message to it. Some of the messages on WhatsApp. This one says, are we being fair to the Commissioner for Education? Was he Commissioner for that ministry all through the term of the past administration or for the better part of the last part of the government? Well, if you look at that argument, you might want to make a case for it because I think he came towards the very tail end.
Just a few months.
So there was almost no time for him to have his own plan implemented or anything. Could that be perhaps another reason why he was asked to continue?
No, I think our people are always, in a haste in trying to be judgmental. I was about making that point before, that message came in. And then the issue of what transpired between some principals and pupils, those that were extorting money. And I want to ask, how did that come to bear? Was it not the instrumentality of Professor Umom that came out? And we saw how he handled the issue. He invited those principals.
It was the parents who complained, if I remember.
But he stepped in. He stepped in. He invited those principals and Well, I don't know what their fate is right now, but I know he was very much, on that case. And I wonder what people or what anybody expected him to do. This is somebody I know very well. He's a young man. He's on the ground. He's very bright, very intelligent. All we ask or what I would plead is, let us give these people a chance. For me, he did very, very well in the educational sector. There is no way that you would tell me that he didn't do well. His policies and his plans were quite impactful, but there was just no time for him to execute them. So now that he has a second opportunity and a second chance, we don't know if he's still going to, go back to, being commissioner for education. But wherever it may be, wherever he is put, I think he'll have enough time to, express himself and make the very
all right, let's go to Remy Bo. Henry, straight to the point for us, please. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Henry.
Yes, this is Henry from Remy Bo. I want to join my well-meaning Rivers people. First, to congratulate Amokus and Simnala Fubara, the new elected governor of Rivers State, and to also to say congratulations to the new commissioners. Dayo, I want to draw your attention to, in this country, a former minister that have served as a minister in 1983, and the name is Awudu Obe. And under the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, he came back to serve as a minister again, best known to the man who appointed him. Now, I believe that Simnala Fubara have come to see the capacity of these commissioners. And he has taken the decision that I would love to work with these persons. Since they have done well in the previous administration, which they served, what is bad about him reappointing them? A man who has done well. What you say to him is, thank you, continue doing the good work, so that Rivers people will enjoy the dividends of democracy and the project which he has in mind to put for Rivers people. I think what we all see today, my brother, is to say, please, pray for him. Let God strengthen him.
All right, Henry, thank you very much.
So that he can be able to deliver the promises, the campaign promises.
Let's go over to Clement now. On NTA Road. Henry, we got your point. Thank you very much. Noted. Clement, NTA Road. Clement, you're welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Ifeemi and your guests in the studio.
Go ahead.
I first of all want to say congratulations to the governor. And however, let me also say that there are good players in their party and the sons and daughters of River State. Who can do better? How will you know they can do better if you have not tried them? Maybe the ones that he has employed or hired from the previous administration, perhaps these are maybe continuation. I just want to believe that he is continuing for some time, and then when he is settled, he can now put his eyes down to do the needful. But for the time being, let's hope that this is a continuation, like they said, consolidation. So that is just what I want to say.
All
now,
right.
To our guest in the studio and the PDP, when you say that the people who have come up with this document are moribund and all that, we've heard statements like this before, and before you know it, you come back to say, no, that is not what you meant. Please, can you clarify?
All right, Clement, thank you.
Are these people part of PDP or not?
All right, those people who filed the case is what he's referring to. Are they members of the PDP?
Of course, they are not.
Okay. He says they are not members of the PDP. We don't have a lot of time, less than 3 minutes. We have to wrap things up quickly. We're taking quite all your messages on Facebook. But parting words, in few seconds, just tell us. There's a lot for the governor to handle. We have the flood issues. We have civil servants. We have the health sector, education sector, the transport sector, moribund companies in the state. It's just quite a lot. What should we expect in the next 100 days?
Well, first and foremost, before I go to that, let me clear something. Somebody.
You have 30 seconds, remember?
Yeah. Try to draw my attention to that. I refer to those who supported Atiku as prodigal sons. They say that's the problem we have. People listening, but they don't understand. And they like misinterpreting people. I always say, like, the story of the prodigal son. I never refer to any of those leaders to be prodigal sons. So I felt I should just clear that air. Now, coming to your question. What I see SIM is going to do is this. Let our people be a bit patient. We have a lot of offices or those that will be nominated as commissioners. It's not just these 4 persons that have been nominated that will be commissioners. So let us see him, roll out his cabinet. And I will tell you that in a good team, just I always refer to the football, scenario. When we are injecting new players, we equally will bring some of those who have the experience, to handle certain key, aspects of the game. And I think that is what Fubara is going to do. We are going to see a mixture of the young, and the old, so that the experience of the old will fire up the vigor of the young. And since Fubara has taken his time to look at River State as it is and has identified, the programs. And what he is going to do, he's going to build a very good team. He has done that. He has shown that he is prepared.
Right, Mr. Sidney.
And when he gets his team,
thank you very much. We have to wrap it up now. Ifeimi Andrew is my name. Good.
Congratulatory message.